In this video, I'm going to show you how to fold an origami sunflower designed by Meenakshi Mukerji. It's inspired by a model by Akira Yoshizawa, but this one includes a wonderful color change. And to achieve that color change, I actually colored some white paper, brown on one side and yellow on the other, so you can do that too. I'll use a square sheet of paper with a side length of 25 centimeters or 10 inches. And the finished sunflower then has a diameter of 10 centimeters or 4 inches. It's best to use quite thin paper for this model because in the back there's quite a lot of layers adding up on these small corners. So let's get started. We're going to first crease the diagonal with the brown side up, unfold, rotate and crease the other diagonal too. Unfold, and now fold edge to crease horizontally. And also repeat in the other direction. Then unfold, and now bring the corners to the center. Then unfold these corners again, and bring the corners to the intersection of these two creases. And then fold inside. Now flip over the model and notice this crease line right here and that one right there. We're going to align these 2 points so that this point lies on this diagonal crease and this point lies on that diagonal crease. So we're taking these 2 points and moving them over so that here the crease lines match up and also here the crease lines match up. And then we're going to crease throughout, going through all layers, making a strong crease. And unfold. Now we want to do that in the other direction too, so this time we're going to take this one and that one and align it with the diagonal creases again. Ensure that the paper does not drift so that it lies flat very nicely while you're adding these creases. Then rotate and repeat those steps again. Now we're going to connect these 2 points right here where the creases that we just created meet the edge. And we're just going to make a simple crease all the way around. And then we're going to hide these corners inside, so we're just going to open these sections a little bit and then push the paper inside along the pre-creasing we just prepared. And flatten down nicely. And repeat on the other 3 corners. You will see these small corners sticking out, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Now we're going to take this edge and fold it to the central crease line and make a very strong crease throughout. And then rotate and take this edge and bring it to the central crease line. And repeat until you've done this for all 8 sides. Then flip the model over, and now you're going to take this corner and bring it to that intersection in the top right there. And we're only going to crease on 2 of these sections, so you can see a crease line that goes right to that point, and there's a crease right to it and one left to it, and we're only going to crease between those 2 crease lines. So first align the point with the intersection, and then only crease that small section right there, as you can see right here. And do that 8 times in total. Then we're going to add some short creases. You can see there's a point here and one right here going through the center of an edge. And we're going to bring that point to that center and then crease only on this yellow layer. And repeat all the way around. Now we can collapse the model on existing creases, and for this we're first going to pinch these ones that are in the center of these edges. And then you will see that you have some diagonal creases right here. And I just like to strengthen those creases by pinching like this. And then go to the next one. Pinch and then pinch again, strengthening the creases. And repeat all the way around. So you get this. Now we want to push all of these creases inside, and we want to have valley folds around this central octagon that we pre-creased. So I'm just going to push this all inside, and I'm also going to make these creases leading to the edges of the octagon into mountain folds, just to make things a bit easier. So once you have that, we can again push that octagon inside. And now what I like to do is I just push from the back onto this section and then push these two sides together. And then do that once around, just taking it step by step and trying to show you in very big detail how to get that collapse nice and neat. So you can see that octagon emerging now, and we have a lot of creases in place. Now we can put this down on the table and really push them all inside. It's enough to push two and the others will actually follow. But you can also strengthen them by just always going around. Now before you flatten this down, you can check whether you like the precision, and I like to just go around here pushing those corners for extra precision, just because that center of that sunflower is very prominent and we want to make it look really nice. So now I'm happy with this, and I'm just going to flip it over and then flatten this down completely. And we have some pre-creasing done right here, which makes it easy to fold over these flaps to one side, like this. And this is what it looks like from the front. Now we need to work on these sections a bit more, and I'm going to show you in more detail. First, we want to add these creases on the other side too, and that's quite easy by simply folding them over to the other side and try to have these layers here match up so that you get a nice straight crease. And then you go around once, just always adding that crease on the other side too. Now we want to spread squash this section so that it's distributed equally on both sides. For this, we're first going to take this edge and fold it to the crease line and make a strong crease, especially on these lower layers. Then open up, and now open this up and make a mountain fold out of this crease line right here. And also pull apart this section right there so it pops up. So you have a nice rectangle here. Now push the paper down and flatten completely, perhaps opening up the paper down here just a little more, depending on how much you opened it before. And then flatten down completely and repeat on the other 7 of these strips. So this is the result. Then we're going to flip this over, and you will see some crease lines right on these edges, and we're going to inside reverse fold along them, just pushing in that extra paper and flattening down. And repeat all the way around. So then you have this. Now you may notice that you have multiple layers here and just a single layer here. And I think that looks much nicer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hide this paper underneath. For this, we're first going to take that corner and fold it inside, like that. So now you can see it's already hidden partly, but we still have that layer showing. So for this, I'm also going to fold in just a very narrow section of paper. So you can see, just opening this up quite far now, first folding in the corner and then a narrow section and then completely flatten. So now you can see here all of that paper is hidden and here it's still very visible. Repeat that all the way around. And this is then the result. Now you can also rotate the central section of the flower and round it if you like. I prefer to actually have it pointed, but I did want to show you how to rotate it. So you can see here there's some extra paper here that allows you to twist that central part, and you could align these points with these central crease lines, or you could align them with these partings. So because they're basically aligned with these crease lines right now, I'm just going to show you how to align them with these partings of the petals. So you can see here, I'm just moving this over like this, kind of opening up that paper very obviously maybe, and then pushing the paper down so that this lies flat. And the others will almost automatically follow, but if you want to have a nice precise finish, go around once, always pushing them just to match that parting. So now the central octagon is aligned with those partings of the petals. And as a final step, we're now going to shape that lower layer of the petals. As you can see here, we're not bringing them to a point, but just folding in the corners a little bit to have an edge show here still. So we're going to fold these in, and there's quite a lot of layers of paper here. This is where it pays off if you use thin paper, and then you just push it down, and you do that on both sides. And repeat all the way around. Every second one is going to have fewer layers, just like we only had to work on hiding the extra paper on every second layer. So on this one, it's going to be a bit easier to make a nice and neat fold versus where there's those extra layers to work with. And then your sunflower, designed by Meenakshi Mukerji, is all done. Now, if you like this model, you'll love Meenakshi's new book, Origami All Kinds. It's called All Kinds because it covers folds from a single sheet, including some tessellations, and also modular origami. And for even more goodness from Meenakshi, visit her website origami.net. Now, if you liked this video, do let me know by giving it a thumbs up, commenting below, and sharing it with others. Plus, if you want to fold another model from the book Origami All Kinds, watch my tutorial on the hydrangea with leaves by Meenakshi Mukerji next. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next videos. And finally, do check out my website happyfolding.com for more origami content. I hope to see you around, and as always, happy folding!